Boundaries, mindset shifts, and chaos. Wow, what a threatening sounding title for a podcast episode. In all honesty, I'm not here to try to scare you at all. But I'm also not here to sugarcoat what is clearly a reality once you begin dating and living abroad. Welcome back to the Nomad Love Lab podcast, where I do my best to set you up with success for those of you who are dating while living and traveling abroad. I'm your host, Alissha Davis. I am a dating coach, matchmaker, and founder of the Nomad Love Lab. And here on the show, I'm going to be breaking down all of the things I wish I knew before beginning my dating life abroad 10 years ago. And if you can't tell, if you're currently watching on video, I am in Rio de Janeiro and Brazil. So absolutely this life abroad is continuing for me. So before we truly dive in, let's pull back for a moment. And I want you to go back, or for those of you who are listening to prepare for this life-changing moment, I want you to imagine what it'd be like when you first realized you wanted to move or travel for an extended amount of time. Okay, now stay there with me. Remember that moment. Oh, that moment right there. That moment changed the trajectory of your entire life. And that fire in you that was guiding the way only continues to get stronger, my friends. Which is how I bring us to the concept of having a new mindset. Before you decided to make this major life change, you probably had a lot of consistency or at least a lot of reliance in your life. You pretty much knew what to expect, and for the most part, when life really threw you a curveball, you knew how to handle it. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's about to become curveball after curveball after curveball. And remember those dating curveballs from back at home? Yeah, those just keep incoming. And this time you're dealing with new customs, new rules, new social norms, no lack of rules, depending on where you are, and just nuance after nuance after nuance. And this is involved with dating people outside of your home country, as well as being outside of your home country. All of this to say that if you don't establish some boundaries before you touch down, your dating life becomes, well, I'll just say it, chaotic. Okay? But that's okay. You know this now. Some of you might already know this from experience. Some of you may be just learning about this idea. Either way, I'm happy you're still here. I appreciate it. So let's keep on going. So, you may be thinking, wait, isn't a new mindset supposed to be a good thing? And yes, it is. But here's the game changer. A new mindset without boundaries is like stepping out prepared for a day of exploring a new city without a working GPS on your phone. And if you've ever experienced that, it's madness. You think you can be strong and independent and figure it out. Like, I'm resourceful. But it doesn't really work that well. You're expanding, evolving, saying yes to freedom and possibility. Amazing. But if you're also not shedding the people-pleasing, old relational conditioning, and past identity baggage, this new mindset can leave you feeling very vulnerable, overly open, and energetically scattered. I'm not exaggerating. This is especially true while in dating. And when you're abroad, that openness might attract some beautiful connections, but also some mismatches, emotional triangles, the kind of love drama that is entertaining to watch in a movie but feels awful in real life. By the way, speaking of movies, have you guys seen that rom-com with Rachel Lee Cook where she plays a travel agent that travels to Vietnam to buy out a local travel company, but then falls in love with the Vietnamese guy that owns the travel company? Sorry, spoiler alert. But this movie shows her struggle, but I think it's pretty eat, pray, love type of movie, but it shows the struggle that I think I'm talking about now in terms of new identity, new culture, new people. It can become a mess. So here's the truth. Most people don't set boundaries until after the boundary has already been crossed. And when you're abroad, that pace of connection is super fast. You don't always have the luxury of slowly easing into relationships, whether that's friends, flings, or something that feels deeper and has potential for more. It's at a different kind of pace. So when you don't set your standards early, someone else can set them for you. And their standard might be, this is just vacation romance, chill, while you're over here planning your whole future together. But that's also touching on a slightly different topic and managing expectations and attachment styles. And I'll get there, but this is not the podcast episode for that. So circling back to our current thing. So before your plane even takes off, get clear with yourself. What are your non-negotiables? What are your absolute red flags? What is your dating capacity right now? Are you just looking for something casual? Or are you ready for something more? Define it for yourself. Don't let someone else define it for you. What are you currently available for? I have more questions for you. What are you available for? Emotionally, physically, logistically? Are you on a solo mission of self-discovery and aren't looking to be interrupted by something that comes your way? Or are you open to embracing anything that comes your way? Define it beforehand. This is your boundary blueprint, my friends. And trust me when I say it is really helpful. It's almost essential. And I don't want this to seem like it's a chore or another thing on your to-do list, but I promise you it will not save you just physical time or mental energy, but also unnecessary heartbreaks due to misunderstandings because maybe you weren't clear with yourself or the other person involved. It's easy to get swept away in the moment, but it's also more than okay to pause, drink some water, and ask yourself, is this connection in alignment with my values and my goals or not? All right, if you'd like more help defining your new boundaries, head on over to the free resource section on the Nomad Love Lab website and download your copy with some journal prompts I created for you to help you really digest and discover what it is that you're looking for on this road of adventure. Are you looking for love? Are you looking for adventure? Are you looking for both? And how do you plan on going about doing that? Okay, but we're not finished. I got a little more for you, my friends. So you're probably asking yourself, Alissha, all right, I get it. Boundaries, great, awesome. Establish them before I get on the plane. Cool, awesome. You have some worksheets I can do. Cool, awesome. Thank you so much. But why do you, Alissha, why do I predict chaos? Because growth is messy, especially when your heart is involved. And when you pair a brand new mindset with the loss of old anchors, like your old social circles, your cultural norms, your daily routines, you're bound to feel untethered. You're taking in so much. New sensations, new sights, sounds, smells, all of it. Add in jet lag, a few sexy accents, a caffeinania or two, or some Thai whiskey buckets, and suddenly you're making decisions your past life wouldn't even recognize. And now you're like, what was that list of boundaries I had for myself again? I can't remember. Who cares? Let's have fun. And yes, more power to you on letting yourself just be in the moment. But let's make a promise to ourselves right here, right now. That is, if you decide to not follow your boundaries that you've taken your time to create yourself because you love yourself, you decide to ignore them, that you do two things. The first thing, don't shame yourselves, okay? The second thing, lower your expectations from what you expect this other person to do now. Lower your expectations. By you bowing out on your boundaries earlier, you just told your inner Dora, Diego the Explorer, that you have lowered your standards. And if you have lowered your standards that well, then you get what you get. And maybe that's in the form of someone you normally would never dare go home with, even if it wasn't for the metaphoric shot of tequila at 1 a.m. Okay? So if your standards were lowered, don't expect that this new person, your other self, drew in, is some type of winning type of person. They are not a gem. I'm not saying this in a hard, fast rule, by the way. There's always an exception to the rule. But let's not leave it up to luck. Kind of expect this person is the one or anything of that sort, because your other self, the one who did not have a plan, who did not establish boundaries, is the one that discovered them. But guess what? That's part of the mess and the magic of this lifestyle. The chaos isn't always a crisis. Sometimes it's a clarifier, clarifying what we did or did not feel we did right. Notice how I said right, not good. Clarifying is what you're looking for in yourself and a partner out of life. If you can hold your new mindset and your new boundaries at the same time, you will start to feel the chaos, but it will feel like growth chaos, not drama chaos. Do you see the difference? It's almost like organized chaos, like trying to cross the street in Hanoi. Like, it's like, how am I going to do it with all these bikes coming? But it's possible if you have a plan. All right, let's recap as we finish up this episode. So what are the 3 core troops to take with you? 1, a new mindset without boundaries. That's like traveling without Google Maps. You think you're open and free, but in reality, you might just be directionless. And if you're growing, evolving, and glowing, that's amazing, and I'm here for that. Just don't forget to ground that evolution into your values, your truth, and your deal breakers, okay? All right, point number 2. Boundaries are better set before you land, because once the mojitos hit and the chemistry pops off, it's way harder to call a timeout. Know what you're available for before you're in the moment. Casual? Cool. Open? Great. But be real with yourself. All right, point number 3. Chaos isn't always bad, but know what kind you're inviting in. There's growth chaos, and then there's what the hell just fucking happened chaos. One stretches you, the other drains you. The difference often lies, well, with how you honored your own standards before the sparks flew. Okay? So, if you remember anything from this episode, let it please be this. Boundaries are an act of self-love. Mindset shifts are a sign of your evolution. And chaos, it's not your enemy, it is your mirror. If you want help getting clear on your boundaries, or just need to feel less alone in this big, bold dating abroad journey, I've got tools waiting for you on nomadlovelab.com. I've also got one-on-one coaching. And if you're really looking to elevate your dating life, check out the show notes for free journal prompts and join the private community if you're craving deeper combo. Until next time, cheers to love and see you when you see me. Bye.